Shalom, this is the brother Tasabah from GMS South Holland, coming back to you through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai Bashem Rakakadash. Before I start off, I want to give all praises, glory, and the highest honor to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai Bashem Rakakadash. Double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to the elect out there. The spreading this word is the sincerity and truth all over the four corners of the earth. Gone. In this video, I would like to land back on what the elder from Vegas was going into. Okay, GMS Vegas sit downs 144 guy. Okay, he jumped on this video of Elton Johnson. Okay, wherein there was some debate going on whether it's allowed or permitted in the New Testament to still deal with multiple wives. Okay, or to have a second wife or third wife, whatever you got going on. Okay, whether that's allowed in the New Testament. Now, when the elder was going over this, I was something popped in my mind, and I was like, most likely the elder is gonna mention that too, which is the scripture in Timothy concerning a bishop and a deacon. Okay, so I was listening to the elder and I was like, okay, I'm gonna make a response video on this and bring that point out, but the elder already brought it out. But I'm gonna speak on it anyway. The more knowledge comes out, the more wisdom comes out, the better. And I just decided to still make the lesson because you hear him speak about what I'm about to speak about mid lesson. And I know Jake attention span ain't that well, so let me just jump right into it. So yeah, scripture that came to my mind, to prove that in the New Testament it's still allowed to have multiple wives. Okay, the scripture that came in my mind is this, not this, Salakia, but this. 1 Timothy chapter 3 verse 1. This is a true saying. If a man desire the office of a bishop, he desireth a good work. Yeah, man, because it's a beautiful thing, to step in the office of a bishop, man, or to be a bishop. That means you are a man that takes responsibility and wants to take responsibility over others, guiding them, leading them into the right way of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. A bishop then must be blameless, the husband of one wife, vigilant, sober, of good behavior, given to hospitality, apt to teach. So it cannot be a new brother in this truth because he needs to be apt to teach. Now, good behavior comes in the process of time, man. Okay, we all used to be niggas in the world, so good behavior comes in the process of time. So a regular man, a man that just came in 2, 3 years, 4 years, he can never be a bishop, man. Okay, this means you gotta have years in. Now, watch how it says a bishop must be a husband of one wife. So these dudes in this video, okay, Elton Johnson, debating about, whether you can have multiple wives in the New Testament, ain't nothing changed, man. New Testament, Old Testament, the law is still in effect. Okay? The law is still good. The law is still just. Ain't nothing changed about the law. The law is still just. The point of the New Testament is the law is not going to save you. We are all under sin. Okay? We are all under sin. The law ain't going to save you, man. But is the law good? Definitely yes. Definitely so. You even had the heathens talking about the most just laws. Let me see if I can pull it up. Think of the book of Esther. Yeah. This is additions to Esther, chapter 7, verse 15. But we find that the Jews whom this wicked wretch had delivered to utter destruction are no evildoers, but live by most just laws. You see that? So ain't nothing wrong with the law. Okay, now what I want to point out concerning this, just a quick cut, land backing on the elder, is If a bishop must be a husband of one wife, what if you're not a bishop? What if you don't have that responsibility in the church? What if you don't have that position that you need to be uh, um, um, occupied with the work of Yahweh Shem Shai? What then? What if you just believe? What if you a rich man that believes, or you have enough money, you have enough time on your hands to be dealing with multiple females? What then? You're not a bishop, so why would it not be permitted? Where is the scripture that says it's not allowed? You understand? Where's that scripture? Because when we go into the Apostle Paul, he said, don't have a wife at all. This is not a commandment. This is just advice. It's better to not have a wife at all if you want to focus on your Abba Shem Shai. Because he said what? Them that have wives shall have trouble in the flesh. And that's definitely so. I can attest to that, man. Testify to that, whatever how you say that. Okay? I can speak on that, man. Man, the hell I caught from these females, man, is beyond your imagination, man. Okay? Now I ain't the only one. That's another thing I know. I'm not the only one, man. Okay, these females bring major hell to the lives of brothers, man. And the book of Luke, chapter 17, verse 1 says what? Woe unto them by whom offenses come. Woe meaning destruction, man. Okay? So, what if you're not a bishop or a deacon? Let's pull that up. This is so like I think I needed to get the other one, deacon wife. It might have been in the same chapter. It might have been the other one. Just let me see. Let me park my car real quick. Oh, I said no, I don't see it yet. Anyway, let me just speak on it real quick until I park my car. So the same thing goes for a deacon, man. A bishop, a deacon must be husband of one wife. What if you are not a bishop or a deacon? Okay, which many of us are not a bishop or a deacon. Should you desire to have the office of a bishop or a deacon? Yes, you should, because you should be a well-behaved man. Okay, the office of a deacon and the responsibility of a bishop comes with great honor, man. Okay, the desire to lead the church of Yahweh Bashem Yahshua, the desire to guide the church into the right path, into the right way is beautiful, man. Shouldn't want to neglect that. She shouldn't want to be like, nah, I don't want to be in that type of behavior of a bishop or a deacon because it's not my place or whatever. It's bullshit, man. Okay, that's bullshit. So 1 Timothy 3:12 says what? Let the deacons be the husbands of one wife, ruling their children and their own house as well. For they that have used the office of a deacon well purchased to themselves a good degree and great boldness in the faith which is in Yahushua HaMashiach. So it's a beautiful thing, man. Okay, you strong in the faith. If you desire the office of a deacon or a bishop, that's a beautiful thing, man. But it comes with discipline. It comes with taking responsibility. It comes with doing those things that are required of you, and putting a lot of time in the church, man. You won't have no time to be dealing with multiple wives, man. So seeing if you are a deacon or if you are a bishop and you desire to have a woman, stick to one. It doesn't say anything else, man. It doesn't say everybody is a bishop so everybody ain't allowed. That's bullshit, man. Okay? The New Testament does not cancel out the law wherein it states you can have another wife. Exodus 21:10. If he take him another wife, her food, her raiment, and her duty of marriage shall he not diminish. Now let's go into the other translations, man. Let's see what it says. The NLT. If a man who has married a slave wife takes another wife for himself, he must not neglect the rights of the first wife to food, clothing, and sexual intimacy. Now, that's not what the King James version is saying. It just says if you take another wife. If you take another wife, you cannot neglect with your main wife or your second, whatever, your main squeeze or your side piece. Nah, ain't nothing going on like that in the truth, man. You just got to deal upright with both of them, man. Okay? If you have two wives, you got to deal righteous with both of them, man. You can't call one your side piece and all that type of shit, man. You got to be straightforward, then, man. You got another wife, so be it. Okay? Tell your main wife stick to your own business, man. Okay, and if you don't like it, get the step in. Then you with one wife again. You understand? So hey, me personally, I would not advise you, okay, to be dealing with multiple wives in this kingdom, man. Because you know these females, they bugging the fuck out, man. They bugging the hell out when they hear that type of shit, man. Okay, they lose their freaking minds. And then they're gonna give you hell. She might get pregnant all of a sudden because she wants to be the main squeeze. Now she pregnant. Now she expects you to ditch the other one. You ain't gonna do that. Well then, okay, no problem. You gonna pay child alimony, this, that, and the third. She gonna make your life miserable, man. More miserable than it already is. You understand? Most likely. So my advice, this, and like Apostle Paul said, this is not a commandment. It's best to just deal with one woman, man. Whether you're a bishop or not, whether you're a deacon or not, it's best to just deal with one woman. Okay? Don't be all over the place, man. Having all these relationships with these bugged out females, man. They all over the place too. Before they met you, they was all over the place too. So I don't know what you want to catch or something. You want to get burned. You better calm the fuck down, man, and just stay in the spirit, man, because these females require a lot of attention too. So besides the point whether the New Testament says it's lawful, yes or no, it's best to not do it, man. Stick to one woman. Um, the CSB version, if he takes an additional wife, he must not reduce the food, clothing, or marital rights of the first wife. Food, raiment, and intimacy. You got to stay intimate with both of them, man. You got to take care of the food, you got to take care of the raiment, and the duty of marriage, which is sex, with both of these wives, man. If one doesn't get enough attention, if one doesn't get enough attention, guess what? You going off, man. You're going against the law, the scriptures. You understand? And brothers know, man, these females require a lot of attention, man. To the point that even the scripture said, to the point that even the scripture says this, 1 Corinthians 7:29. But this I say, brethren, the time is short. It remaineth that both they that have wives be as though they had none. Okay, now I believe in that interview or that debate they was bugging out because of this too. Talking about, it says wives because it's talking about multiple people. They that have wives don't mean they have multiple wives, but means like, you know, those men and their wives. Okay? NLT. But let me say this, dear brothers and sisters, the time remaining that remains is very short. So from now on, those with wives should not focus on their marriage. Okay? They both that have wives as though they had none, because their attention goes towards this truth. Their attention, their focus is towards Yahweh Shem Yahshai, leading the flock, leading the church, taking upon themselves that responsibility, which goes hand in hand with desiring the office of a bishop, man. Okay? If you all over the place, jumping from house to house, visiting female after female, you ain't gonna be busy with the scriptures, man. Not like you would if you were alone. Not like you would if you were single. Okay, so-called single. You know, so you gotta walk in the spirit, man. And you know, even though the scriptures doesn't say you are not allowed to have multiple wives, the scripture don't say nothing about that, man. This law came out in the book of Exodus, okay, by the words of Moses that he received from the Most High, and it's still valid, man. It still counts, okay. Now, Apostle Paul said what? Everything is lawful, but not everything is expedient. So there are certain things that are not expedient, man. There are certain things that are not wise to be going into in these days, man. To be occupied with in these days, man. The same thing goes for, you know, if you see, you know, two Batiman going at it, man. You ain't gonna put judgment upon them. That's not wise, man. Okay, we in captivity, man. There is no reason to be having all these wives, especially when you are a man that is required to do the will of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Okay? Now, I've been there, I've done that, you know? Not to be a hypocrite, but I learned from my mistakes, man. I learned from my mistakes, and I'm like, man, this swallowed up a lot of time that I could have invested in the scriptures, man. Now I having one wife already swallows up all my freaking time, man. You know? Trying to satisfy, you know, my demon. Man, you know, put Yahweh Bashem Yahushua first, man. That's all I gotta say, man. Prioritize this truth and keep it moving. So with that, I want to give all praises, glory, and the highest honor to Yahweh Bashem Yahushua Bashem Rakakadash. Shalom to the elect.